jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back
What's good, everyone? Salute to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. Salute to everyone who support the channel as always. Yes, sir. I just thought I'd come in and give a post-fight, you know what I'm saying, post-fight analysis of some of the fights that took place. I want to start off first by talking about Ajagba. Ajagba fought Joseph Goodall. You know what I'm saying? This is the heavyweight division. And, you know, watching that FA, you know, throughout his fights, you know, especially for Frank Sanchez, he has improved. He looked very, very impressive and sharp and accurate, very punctual. You know what I'm saying? He's obviously been in the gym, real talk. And the shots that he was landing and the range that he was keeping on Goodall, it worked out for him. Seriously, it worked out for him very well because he wasn't too far outside distance. Him being a flat-footed fighter, Goodall was perfect for him. He looked spectacular tonight. He got the early stoppage, and kudos to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to FA for getting back on track, you know, really showing that, you know, he's been working in the lab. So kudos to him, man. I got to give it up to him. Shout out to Mr. International. Toby Bartlett is in the building, dog. Salute WCS and the hottest chat in the YTC. You already know, man. We're global, baby. We're global. Yes, sir. Better to be global than just local. You already know. FA, man, I'm looking at this dude and I'm saying, damn. The fight between him and Jared Anderson look even better now. I would definitely like to see him and Jared Anderson get it on. I mean, you know, maybe Zhang. You know, does his team think he's ready for Zhang? I don't know. The only thing I can say is based off what the eye test told me tonight and the opponent that he had in front of him, a guy who already beat him, you know, in the AMs or whatever. He did well for himself. I ain't gonna lie. He did very, very well for himself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was impressed with his improvement, his punch selection. He wasn't in there wild. You know, FA is a flat-footed fighter. So you know how he did against Frank Sanchez, who was a mover. Joseph Goodall, he wasn't a mover though. So he was able to excel in there against a fighter that wasn't a mover. That's why I say the Jared Anderson fight looks real good right now. You know what I'm saying? If they ever was a link up, I know there's two different promotions and all that. I get it. Or maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not. I think they're the same. Yeah, I think they're the same. I'm tripping. But it'll be good to see them, you know, link up and see who's the baddest man when it comes down to it. You know, I'm gonna leave that right there. As for those of you that paid attention to mixed martial arts, the card was okay. Shout out to Angela Hill. Man, she had her rough spots and everything, but she ended up picking up a victory today, a world-long victory over there in the backyard of Brazil. You know what I'm saying? And the main event, my boy Derek Lewis out of Texas, man, the Black Beast, the guy who went viral, you know, after saying his balls was hot. Well, I was kind of looking for Derek to go in there and pick himself up. He was coming off a win, but he had several losses. You're talking about the guy who has over 30. I think he has around 35 plus MMA bouts, and he's been around for a while. He's an experienced vet, dog, and but he's been having some losses. I don't know if he's close to retiring. I don't know, but tonight he went in there against Almeida, a Brazilian fighter. In the main event, it was 5 rounds. And whenever you have 5 rounds with Derek Lewis, he's going to pace himself. He's a big boy. And it was difficult for him to pace himself being on his back most of the fight. Almeida is not like he was basically active when he was in top position. Oh, hell no. This is one of the most weirdest reminders to me of when he fought Francis Ngannou. Even, this fight, they was on their back though. Lewis was on his back. Almeida was in top position. When Ngannou and Lewis fought, they was just standing there posing and posing. No one wanted to take the risk. Tonight was just so weird because usually if we was in the US, the referee would have stood him up. The referee literally let Almeida just sit on top of Derek Lewis and run time off the clock. You know what I'm saying? Gooder, dude. He just let them sit up there and let Almeida ride the top position, right? Wasn't doing too much work, not too much activity, not too much of any damn thing. And the referee didn't even break it up. I said, God damn, what am I watching, bro? Like, what in the hell am I watching, man? There's no way in heck that you're going to Mark Goodard. That's the referee, Mark Goodard. Mark Goodard didn't even stand up, and I've seen him with fights in the U.S. where he stand fighters up sometime prematurely. But he literally let these two guys. Derek was trying, man. Derek was trying to explode, but obviously his opponent had a bit more grappling experience. You know what I'm saying? And when Derek exploded, he wasn't able. Well, in the early round, he was able to sweep and get top position. But once he was in the top position, those couple of times, he wasn't really able to land any significant strikes to inflict any damage to Almeida. But it was one of those fights where if Derek overcommitted, he kept going for that right uppercut. He kept overcommitting for that right uppercut, man. And man, Almeida was just slipping underneath it, level changing just to get in on them hips and take Derek Lewis down. Derek did have good takedown defense early on, but with fatigue and everything, that goes away, bro. You know what I'm saying? That goes away. And that's exactly what you've seen tonight. You know what I'm saying? He tried what he can try. And then pretty much what you see in the thumbnail is how the fight played out. I like Derek Lewis. He's a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing the flood and everything. He was driving his own personal vehicle around in Texas, rescuing people. You know what I'm saying? He got this big ass truck. He was driving around rescuing people. But tonight, he couldn't rescue himself. He tried to go for that right uppercut, and it was just too telegraphed, man. It was too predictable. And Almeida made sure he stayed clear away from that freaking right uppercut. And once he got in on those hips, at one point in time, I was like, okay, Derek is doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he's supposed to do with his takedown defense. But Almeida was persistent. He stayed on him, warmed down, and brought Derek Lewis down like a wildebeest. You know what I'm saying? Brought him down like a wildebeest, bro. Like, god damn. And I was pulling for Derek to get, one more time just to get in top position to see if he can do with it, because Almeida was exhausted. That's why he was freaking, after the fight was over with, he was sitting there praying and thanking his holy, supreme being, that he made it up out that joint. But he got 5 solid rounds. I'm not gonna lie, he got 5 solid rounds in. And when I say solid rounds, I'm talking about it's 5 rounds, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was 5 rounds. That's all I can say about it. And I also want to give a shout out to what's the other guy's name? Hold on for a second. What's that other guy's name? Now I think they had the fight of the night though. I think they had the fight of the night. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go back over here. Yeah, I like analyzing mixed martial arts, man. It's not an easy sport to analyze. Plus, I was looking at the Polaris freaking BJJ championships, man. Oh my God, they had some damn good matches going on. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was busy watching that shit. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again. Some of the matches in there was absolutely amazing. You know what I'm saying? How BJJ has came along, man. God damn. I mean, even the buggy choke. Everybody's doing the buggy choke like it's a freaking a natural, normal freaking submission, and it's not. It's very technical. You just can't put somebody in a buggy choke. It's crazy, man. But anyway, let me get back to this. Hold on for a second. So let me go all the way down here. I got to give this dude a shout out because he had the fight of the night, though. Real talk. Um, Nicholas Dalby. Nicholas Dalby. Shout out to you, man. You had fight of the night. He went up there and upset unbeaten Gabriel Bonf. I want to call him Bonfim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with some serious punch combinations. Fast and the Furious, man. He injected some get right into his opponent. And that was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good fight. But shout out to Nicholas Dalby, man, who ended up getting a second round stoppage. That was an exciting fight of the night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was fight of the night. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat, man. Shout out to MMA. I see you on deck, man. What's good with you? Big Blunts and Boxing. The GOAT is on deck in the building. Salute to you, GOAT. What's good with you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Salute. Derek Lewis is one of my favorite UFC fighters, but I think he started too late and is one-dimensional. If he had good wrestling and some kicking, he would have had a run on top. Well, he just didn't evolve quick enough because a lot of guys that perform the way Derek performs was very successful back in the day. You look at Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell used to be a stand-up fighter. He didn't really have some incredible grappling skills, but he had that right hand for your ass. But yeah, you're talking about Tito Ortiz, who had wrestling, but still couldn't fuck with Chuck Liddell. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, some of these fighters that were stand-up fighters, like Robbie Lawler, they got away with it. They can come in here and strike because they was there to knock your head clean off into the freaking ninth row. But MMA has changed so much. It's not so much that everybody does BJJ. It's just the distance. It's just the overall data that they go through and trying to get fighters to train within their style composition. You know what I'm saying? What is your strong points? Are you a grappler? Are you a striker? They try to mix it all together so you just don't look like you're doing just one of the disciplines that you're really good at. Like you can't come in there and expect to continue just because you're a world champion BJJ. You're a BJJ world champion. You're just gonna go in there and grapple. They work, periodically here and there. That's Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern is an elite freaking BJJ world champion. She had to learn that her boxing was sloppy. Her striking was sloppy. After she got the brakes beat off of her, she had to then tighten up and learn how to get a boxing coach and learn how to strike, punch, kick combinations and all that. But on the ground, even with good defense, it was people who was being able to get up out of there, even with her on the ground. I mean, the ever evolving BJJ game is just unbelievable. That's why back in the day I called it the muddy flats, and I still do, because it's very, very grimy. You have to put the mat time in. There's no way that you're going to shadow box BJJ. That's one of the most beautiful sports out there right now, BJJ. You don't have to look like no freaking killer. You don't have to look like you work out in the gym 7 days a week. But back to Derek James, though. I mean, Derek Lewis. What Sid said. I understand where you're coming from when he started off late. I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get where you're coming from, but Derek Lewis style in the heavyweight division, what heavyweights do you know that's up there grappling? Like let's say DC when he was active, Daniel Cormier. DC was a short, bubbly, round type of dude who could wrestle. But one thing about DC, he had them hands, them underappreciated hands that he had. And he got the distance he got before John Jones, became his alpha, right? But he had them hands. Stipe, he had his hands. He had pretty good wrestling defense and everything else. John Jones, he's an overall striker. You know what I'm saying? His striking is way different than everybody else's. He knows how to wrestle, and his wrestle is high level. His wrestling is high level. That's why he is who he is. Francis Ngannou, when he came on the scene, he had to polish it up. He was trying to knock people's heads off, but yet he had to learn how to stay composed and learn how to generate that power at the right time. You just can't go up there throwing haymakers all the time and people slipping underneath your shit, getting in on you and taking you down. You know what I'm saying? So all these cats, man, they had to, like Derek Lewis, he had the opportunity and he did try to improve. Like he can throw kicks, he just don't throw them enough. His last fight prior to this one, he stopped with a flying knee. He stopped. Derek Lewis, big ass black beast. He stopped his opponent with a flying knee, man. So he has those moments where he can explode, but it's not on fully automatic. He just can't do it at his weight. He just can't explode like that and maintain his cardio. But he has power. God damn. Derek Lewis hit you, man. Yeah. If you want to take a laxative, that would be a laxative for real. But tonight, man, I just couldn't understand what was going on. I couldn't understand how Mark Goodard just let them lay there and lay there and lay there, bro. Just because he was in Brazil, like, damn, that's crazy. That's just crazy, man. Yeah, Almeida. Yeah. I'm not trying to, get the pronunciation, but Almeida. I mean, I looked at the whole fight. I looked at the whole fight for vested purposes. You know what I'm saying? For vested purposes. But yeah, his opponent just laid on him. At first, he came out hard with the grappling, wasn't able to get the submission. He tried the arm in triangle. You know, seemed like he was trying to. I don't know if it was a darce. I don't know what they call it, a darce or anaconda choke. It seemed like he was working for something, and then it seemed like he was trying to transition to an arm bar. Um, when Derek rolled to his back, I thought he was gonna flatten him out and work for RNC. I don't know. I never seen any guillotine chokes up against the cage. You know what I'm saying? I really never seen him after he started to fatigue. Once he got Derek down multiple times, he just seems like he was. I guess he was comfortable with the ref not standing him up, so he just laid there. Like it was the weirdest thing. Like both his hands was on the mat, which is a no-no in BJJ for real. But both his hands was flat on the mat, palms flat on the mat, and he wasn't doing the motherfucking thing damn near. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable, bro. Damn, Mark Goodard. So that's pretty much what you got the whole entire. Like it really wasn't no intense exchanges between these two, but Derek Lewis picked up another loss, man. You know what I'm saying? He's 27-12 now. I'm not sure whether he's gonna stay in the game because 5 of his last 7 fights have been losses. You know what I'm saying? He's lost to Serial Gun round through 3. He lost to Bam Bam Tuivasa round 2. He lost to Sergey Pavlovich round 1. Then he came back and fought Sergey Spivak round 1 arm triangle choke. Then he won with a flying knee and he lost today against Almeida. So, I don't know what he's going to do, man. That's the one thing about mixed martial arts. You can have all these losses, but every now and then they'll bring you back. They'll bring you back to play again. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring you back to play again. That must be a frightening sight. Derek Lewis coming at you with the flying knee. Yeah, man. I don't know how much elevation that he got, but I was shocked, that he was able to do that. That's he's able to do things like that. He have those bursts of, that burst of energy. Like I said, he don't have much of it. You know what I'm saying? Continue to put it on repeat, but he'll give you a good 2 to 3 times. It depending if the fight is 3 rounds or 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? If it's 5 rounds, now he got some issues, just like you seen tonight. He lost again. And to be honest with you, they might just bring him back for an opponent that fits him better. And we'll see how that works, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that works. Yeah. Lewis does have age on him. You know what I'm saying? But he's 38 years old, and that doesn't necessarily mean that his body. If it's not so much to the point where everybody with age is like they're worn down, beat up. Like if a fighter starts late in the game, they shouldn't have the same tread comparison to a fighter that's been doing this since they was a youth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at Sage Northcutt, all the freaking martial arts titles that him and his family, his dad, they was in it since they was kids. That's a lot of tread on their joints. It don't matter how aesthetically gifted you are. It's a lot of tread on your joints. You can be ripped all day long, but you going up here competing in all these dang tournaments over and over again, that's wear and tear on your body. So now you're turning over to MMA and you're doing a lot more impactive drills, and that's wear and tear on your body. But all I'm saying is, some of these fighters, they don't fight like that. So they can get older, but still they have some gas in the tank to come in here and still perform at a high level. It's just at this point in time for Derek Lewis, he's not going to change it up too much. He's not going to change too much up at this point in time. He just have to suck it up. Let me talk about Francis Ngannou, man. Tyson Fury was supposed to face Alexander Usyk in December. That shit is off because I guess Fury supposedly did not behave the way he was supposed to when he was in Radai. He looked a little bit less competitive than the higher ups would like. The chain of command didn't approve his performance, or whatever the case may be. People say, I just think he needs to take time off. I mean, he just came off a hiatus, didn't he? I'm just curious. So now Ngannou and shout out to Ngannou, man. They really giving him every bit of holiday cheers that they possibly can. They're talking about bringing him back in December to fight an opponent that has not been announced yet, has yet to be announced. We're waiting on that. I have no idea who it could be. I already told you who I want it to be, but I have no idea who it could be. Then you have to take into consideration that Hollywood has contacted Mike Tyson and Ngannou to potentially do a documentary on him. Documentary. Francis Ngannou is getting the Hollywood treatment of fighting Fury and doing something that he just went the distance. I guess they don't factor in that this man was a UFC heavyweight champion. It's not like he's coming there 0-0 and he hasn't really boxed before. Y'all hold on for a second. Yeah, but Dan Tan, what's good with it? Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Um, Hollywood has contacted Francis to do a story and documentary about his life, which is great, man. It's all great. I ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, man. I'm happy for that dude because that's a hard ass worker, man. He be giving back to his community and all that. Salute him. All I'm looking forward to right now is like, who's gonna get the call? Who is he fighting next? Is it gonna be somebody we want to see? I mean, is it gonna be somebody to test him, or are they gonna get behind the train and say, I know you're not gonna be over here for a long period of time because you signed with PFL, so we're gonna give you something to make a little bit more money, to have you 2-0 in the people's minds as a professional boxer, and then bring you back over here once you fulfill one of your obligations over there at PFL. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about after this December fight, because a lot more people are making money off this than you can think, but it's just the whole point where Francis has made his rounds, pretty much rubbing it in people's face that didn't give him a chance. You can rub it in my face too. I didn't give you a chance to go in there. I didn't. I doubted him going in there and performing the way he did. I'm not going to backtrack from it. Bro. You did better than what I thought. But did you do anything that was just amazing? Like, were you the first one to knock down Tyson Fury? No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You wasn't it. You wasn't it. I'm just saying, you wasn't it, bro. You wasn't the first one to put him on the canvas. It looked good. There was a lot of people over there. I get it, bro. But I'm just looking at the boxers who's been in there and did what you done. And for somehow, some way, people don't look at it as being that spectacular. But if Hollywood is came a knocking, man, this is gonna help a lot of people in his hometown, in his country of Cameroon. And I'm happy for him, man. Seriously. I'm happy for him. It's just I'm glad to see, his people was already behind him to begin with, but this is going to open up some doors for him. You already saw Kamaru Usman in the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're going to have, Francis Ngannou in some movie. If he ain't already in the movie I don't know about. But damn. That's some good shit, though. I'm just curious to know who it's gonna be. It'd be good if it's Deontay Wilder, though, to try to put this to bed. I really don't want to see him and Anthony Joshua, because I just believe Joshua's chin is not where I would want it to be if Francis laid that glove on it. I think it'll be over there in the AC unit. For real. I just think it'll be a gruesome sight. And I don't want to see EMT sitting up there unrolling some roll of duct tape and trying to tape his shit together until they find out where his actual jawbone is. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit to happen. I don't want them trying to put him together. I don't want him duct taping that shit together, because that's what'll happen. I think he'll knock Joshua cold out. But Deontay Wilder, I think it'll be a good fight. Real talk. I think a lot of people be tuned in because you got two heavy hitters. Two heavy hitters, man. Well, we'll see in the coming weeks. We'll see how that plays out. And then, of course, we got Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez. Everybody's hyped up about that. I ain't gonna lie, Andrade looks different. He looks like he's ready to go to war, man. I mean, I understand muscles don't win fight, but he looked the part right now. He looks like he done put on, size applicable to the 168 pound. He looks like 168 pounds. Now, I know when he's in there with David's going to look like he's a damn light heavyweight, but he always looked like that. You know what I'm saying? We seen Gilberto Ramirez go in there against Dimitri Bivol, and he looked big as shit too, but he got the brakes beat off of him, So I'm looking forward to this fight even more now. I'm really looking forward to this fight. Serious. I'm looking forward to seeing these two get it on, to establish who's going to be up next potentially for Canelo, if he even fights the winner. You know what I'm saying? If Boo Boo wins, yeah. I'm pretty sure Canelo gonna be like, yeah, I'll fight him. But I don't know if David win. I don't think we ever gonna see that. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. He might vacate the WBC, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then lastly, I just wonder, has anybody had any sightings? Has anybody had any sightings of Jermell Charlo, or you just don't care? Has anybody had any sightings since he took up his paycheck? I haven't heard a peep out of him. I haven't heard a peep. Like, it wasn't like he was recovering from swollen eyes, lips. His earlobes was a little puffy. I didn't see any of that. So it wasn't like he had to go through rehab again because his hand was hurt. He had to go get a doctor's note. It's just, I haven't heard a peep from him. Seriously, I haven't heard a peep. Shout out to Jessica in the building. I see you. But man, y'all hold it down. I know it's late. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Ask him for forgiveness if you need it. You know what I'm saying? But over here, let him know you're part of the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side Official. Until next time, man, y'all hold it down. I appreciate your peace. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.